Today's mission is cash or credit. I've sorted out a bunch of stuff to take into trade, but am I better to take the cash and run, or use the credit and pick up something else in store? And I'm not only going to go to CEX because I'm trading in all sorts of crap. There's going to be PlayStation games, and I'm clearing out some old Funko Pops. We've also got comics. I'm not really sure if these will be worth anything, but I'm going to give it a go. You see, efforts are being made to try and clear this dumping ground of a room. I want a new location to film. I need some new gear, and I need the space. So away we go. I also got this for the attempted trade-in. It's a Lord of the Rings cell thingy, and I've never put it up. I've always pretty much hated it because of the dark images on there, so I'm going to see if someone else wants it. Stuff all loaded in, let's get to the shop. And just like that, first port of call, Kirkby Sales and Exchange. Now the reason that I picked Kirkby Sales and Exchange is down to the sheer amount of collectibles that they'll take. Sure, I could do the eBay thing, but it isn't as quick or as painless as trading in here. Here, if I'm trading for credit, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I could trade for. While the selection isn't huge, they do carry a bunch of Blu-ray. Do I need to complete my Robert Rodriguez collection with Spy Kids? Four movie Mission Impossible collection for £3, not too bad. They've got a small selection of Blu-ray, but not a huge amount really. There's a few bargains in here, but it's not a place that I'm going to find any movies that I'm particularly after. I'm going to check out games and other stuff instead. There's quite the range of collectibles in here as well. It's a real little treasure trove of movie memorabilia, collectibles and video games. I mean, my little boy would go absolutely wild for Ezra Bridger from Star Wars Rebels, the animated show. There's some absolutely amazing collectibles in here. I mean, pretty great, right? I did get tempted by this Jaws phone holder, but I just never use it. Well, that's one trade-in done. They wouldn't take Aragorn, so he's still with me. I'm going to plonk this in the boot and we'll get on with CEX. But before I head off to CEX, I just want to let you know that Kirkby Sales and Exchange, they offered me in-store credit totaling £96 for what I traded in. There's nothing that grabbed me there and then, but I took the store credit as the cash offer just wasn't there. And for the movies that are in this bag, these are the types of things that I'm going to be trading in. Let's grab a big handful. So we have a favourite film of mine, Almost Famous. I've got an upgrade of the 4K version. Wasted time double dipping. It's never going to get watched again. We've got Hitchcock. I'm not bothered about watching it again. Tales of Halloween, still sealed, that can go. Dirty Harry collection. I can't see me watching that again anytime soon. I don't know. We've got the 4K of Ghostbusters Answer the Call because, yeah. We've got the Blu-ray of Ghostbusters Answer the Call. Crazy, right? Why? Brotherhood of the Wolf, it's been upgraded. Pitch Black, I've got a better version. True Romance, I've got a better version. These are all double dips. And we have some more Clint Eastwood. These are from a box set, but they actually fetch more individually than selling the box set to CEX, so they can go in individual. There's a whole bunch of titles here that I just don't think I'm going to watch again, so I'm going to get them out of the door and use the money for something a little more constructive. Do you want these unsealing, the ones that are sealed up?
It's okay, I can work through that.
VHS edition of Flashdowns. £6. Looks exactly like it used to with the stripes on it. This CEX did have quite a few anime titles in stock. Attack on Titan, it was just one of them. We all love a nice slipcover, and this lenticular slipcover for Final Destination is quite lovely. And with a new Final Destination on its way, the interest in me revisiting the series is quite high. But this, I've already got it. This has got to be one of the cheapest titles in CEX. 50 pence for 50 Shades. Still a big no from me. Those Marvel movies, they've sure plummeted in price. You could build the full Marvel collection for probably under 50 quid now. Big reputation on this Martyrs movie, and sadly, it's one I still haven't seen. One of my favourite movies, Out of Sight. Now I've already got this flick on 4K, but I'm waving it round to try and urge you to watch it if you've not already checked it out. Prey, it's one I'd pick up, but sadly it's holding the price pretty high. Ty West's X, £8. What? I do think at times that CEX tend to overcharge. They seem to try and cash in on the popularity of a title, and I wonder if they're steering the prices a little bit higher for those that hold the in-store credits and want some of these titles. Because sometimes, if you're spending credit, it doesn't seem quite as bad to overpay, does it? And with X, because we're going off the popularity of the new Maxine movie, it's actually cheaper in HMV brand new. I picked it up for £5 the other day. There's now seemingly some real cheap 4K knocking around. Sure, there's some bargains, but there's nothing that I actually wanted to pick up that I didn't already own. This CEX in Mansfield, they've actually started a latest releases section, which makes it pretty handy to find some of the newer titles without digging through the masses. Now I did wander into the DVD section, but the display here and the sheer volume of titles, I found it a little bit overwhelming because I wasn't looking for anything in particular. So in the end, I just didn't bother. I did notice though that they started doing a little DVD section for those that you can pick up for just £1 English. So, how did it all go? What ended up being my best option? Cash or credit? I traded in 41 titles to CEX. I had the option. I could either take £112 credit or around about £70 in cash. I went with the credit. Generally, in these stores, the difference between cash and credit is around 30 to 35%, with cash being the lower of the two. I didn't need cash for anything in particular, but I can see why it's appealing to some. And although I went with the credit option, there was nothing actually in store that I wanted today. But now, I have a pretty healthy amount of credit stored for a rainy day, or even just another shopping trip where I can go and pick up stuff without spending any actual cash. Which would you have gone for, cash or credit? Do you think it's worth holding credit in store, or do you just want that money in hand? And if you liked this video, there's another one for you, just here. This one is Trade or Trash, where I decide if something's worth selling or trading in, or if I should just trash it.